Assalamualaikum and good day to all. So today we are going to look at techniques to paraphrase effectively. This will cover paraphrasing topic. That is one of the reading strategies that we need to cover for ELC 151. So this is a bit about paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is to paraphrase, which is to say the same thing in another way, using your own words, your own structure. However, when you paraphrase, it cannot change the original meaning of the information. Paraphrasing is used to clarify meaning, and it is also used to shorten a longer statement. However, it maintains the main ideas or the original meaning of the information or of the statement. So paraphrasing is actually a way to enhance your vocabulary, and you can successfully paraphrase by using a combination of a few techniques which I will introduce later in this presentation. So why is paraphrasing important? So when you paraphrase, you are actually avoiding plagiarism. Okay. So what is plagiarism? Plagiarism means copying someone else's words and or ideas without giving credit to the author, meaning you take someone else's work and you copy and paste it, and you don't give credit to the author. So meaning to say you are actually claiming that it's your own work. So plagiarism or plagiarizing is actually a very serious offense in the academic world, and actually students do this plagiarizing all the time. So in order to avoid from doing plagiarizing or from plagiarism, paraphrasing needs to be used. So these are a few steps to paraphrase before I introduce to you the strategies or the techniques to paraphrase. So first you need to read the text that you want to paraphrase. Okay, you need to read the text carefully, make sure you understand the text. And you need to identify the main ideas of the text. Okay, so the text may be quite long, so you need to identify the main ideas. And highlight these important words or phrases. And by focusing on the important words or phrases, you need to rewrite the main ideas using your own words and your own structure, and then you will have the paraphrased version. So these are some techniques that we normally use for paraphrasing. Using synonyms, convert active sentence to passive sentence. You can also use opposites. You can change the structure, use categorizing, or you break into category. Later we will look at the examples. Define the words, use sentence linkers, or you can also change the parts of speech. So the first one that we will look at today is using synonyms when you paraphrase. Okay, using synonyms means you find words which have similar meaning to the keywords or the phrases in the original text. Okay, an example given here is, okay, so this is the original sentence. Two students went to the teacher to ask questions about the lesson. So notice the underlined words and phrases. So when you paraphrase, basically you change the underlined words and phrases. You give the synonyms for these words or phrases. Okay, two students, students, pupils, replace with pupils. Two, a couple of, you replace with a couple of. A couple of pupils, okay, that replaces two students. A couple of pupils went to the instructor, okay, instructor replaces teacher. To inquire has the same meaning as to ask questions about the class. Okay, so the word class here replaces the word lesson. Basically, they have the same meaning. So this is how you use synonyms. More examples here. Your bags will be carried by a hotel employee. So you replace your luggage will be picked up by a bellboy. The stallion was content with the mare. The stallion was happy with the mare. So notice that you replace the words or the phrases with other words or phrases which have the same meaning or with the synonyms. More example here. Students seem to face serious pressure due to countless homework. Learners appear to be under severe stress because they have so many assignments. So notice that some words are replaced with the synonyms. And then you have the whole sentence as the paraphrased version. The next way is to convert from active to passive. Change active sentences to passive sentences or vice versa. The original sentence is the book was written by an English lecturer. So the paraphrased sentence would be an English lecturer wrote the book. So basically you change from active sentence to passive sentence. For example here, students seem to be under serious stress because they have so much homework. As they are given too much assignments, students appear to be under a lot of pressure. Okay. However, notice that it says here this strategy is not always possible or desirable, meaning there are some instances where it is difficult to change from active to passive or vice versa. So when this happens, you may want to use other techniques. More example here. A hotel employee will carry your bags. Your bags will be carried by a hotel employee. Right? This is quoted speech to indirect speech. Okay, quite the same, but this one involves speech. So Mr. Lam said, "I'm ready for dinner." Mr. Lam said he was ready for dinner. So you are reporting. So this is also another technique that you can use when you paraphrase. The next technique is to use opposites. Rewrite the text using an opposite view or change the perspective. Okay? You change the perspective. Until the 1990s, AIDS was a major plot. So you paraphrase that one. Towards the end of the 20th century, AIDS stopped becoming a major plot. Okay? So you change the perspective to the opposite. Another technique is to change structure. Okay, this is a good one, a good technique. You may want to use this one. Move parts of the sentence to change the sentence structure. So you move parts. Original sentence, until the 1990s, AIDS was a major plot. Paraphrase version would be, AIDS was a major plot until the 1990s. Okay, so this is how you change the structure. More example here. Students seem to be under serious stress because they have so much homework. So the paraphrased version would be, since they have so much homework, students seem to be under serious stress. After he studied, Johan played computer games. So you change from a clause to a phrase. After studying, Johan played computer games. Okay. The house across the street is huge. The house that is across the street is huge. So from clause to you change to a phrase, or you can also change from phrase to a clause. The next technique is using category, or you categorize the items that you can see in the sentence. Okay, categorize similar items under the same heading, or break a category into individual items. So if you see that there are items which you can categorize into one category, you can do this. Let's look at the original sentence. Cyclists face danger from the cars, buses, and trucks on the road. So you see that cars, buses, and trucks can be categorized into one category, which is road vehicles. So you can write the paraphrased version by saying, cyclists face danger from major road vehicles. Okay, so road vehicles will categorize cars, buses, and trucks. So this is also a way to paraphrase a piece of information. Another popular technique is to define the word. Define key terms or phrases that you see in the statement into common language. Okay, example here. Until the 1990s, AIDS was a major plague. So you change, or you define the word plug into something that is more common, okay, meaning you are, as if you are explaining the meaning of plug. So until the 1990s, AIDS stopped becoming a widely spread and uncontrollable disease. Okay, so this is actually the definition of the word plug. So you put it there and it becomes the paraphrased version. More examples here. When you change to a phrase and add synonyms and definitions, the house that is across the street is old. Okay, so you see this is one sentence, and you can actually paraphrase this one sentence into a few different sentences. The house across the street is old. The house on the other side of the street is old. The dwelling on the other side of the road is ancient. So you see, you have one sentence or one statement, but you can paraphrase using different techniques, and you will come up with different sentences, but still having the same meaning as the original statement. More examples here. After he ate lunch, Mikhail took a nap. After eating lunch, Mikhail slept a little. The stallion was content with the mare. The male horse was happy with the female horse. Okay, so you define the word stallion here to a more common language, which is male horse, and the word mare to female horse. Okay, so you put in definition of the words. Another technique is using sentence linkers. Okay, use linkers to combine phrases and sentences together. The original sentence here is, my friend loves to play games. I love to read books. So basically, you can see that you have two sentences here. So when you paraphrase these two sentences, you combine them using a linker. My friend loves to play games, but I love to read books. Okay, so it becomes a paraphrase sentence. More examples. Although it was raining, Bibi walked to work. It was raining, but Bibi walked to work. It was raining, however, Bibi walked to work. Despite the rain, Bibi went to work on foot. So you see, by playing with the linkers, changing the linkers, using different linkers, you can actually have a few different sentences, but still the original meaning maintained. And another technique is to change the parts of speech. You can change noun to verbs, you can change verbs to nouns, you can change adverbs to adjectives, or you can change adjectives to adverbs. Let's look at the example here. The incorporation of IT in universities is a big step forward. Okay, so you want to paraphrase that one. You want to change the word incorporation. Okay, so it is a big step forward for universities to incorporate IT. Okay, so you notice that the word incorporation is actually a noun, and then when you paraphrase, you change the word incorporation to incorporate. So noun now becomes a verb, right? So this is what it means by changing the parts of speech. You have a noun, and you change the noun to a verb. Another example here, the manager was quiet when he left the room. Quiet is an adjective. So you paraphrase that one. The manager left the room quietly. Quietly is an adverb. Okay, so you just play with the parts of speech. More examples here. Ghana is an accurate typist. Ghana types accurately. So accurate is an adjective. Accurately is an adverb. Typist is a noun. Types is a verb. So you by changing these parts of speech, you will have a paraphrased version of the sentence. More example here. Students seem to be under serious stress because they have so much homework. Students feel seriously stressed because they have so much homework, right? So when you put all the strategies together, you will have a very good paraphrased version of a statement. Students seem to be under serious stress because they have so much homework. Because so many assignments are being given to students, they appear to be seriously stressed. So you can see that you still maintain the same meaning or the original meaning of the statement by using a few strategies to paraphrase this sentence. So these are a few exercises. Okay, we have exercise number 1, we have exercise number 2, and we have exercise number 3, which I will leave it to you so that you can do it on your own. So yeah, I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much for your time. Please continue with the exercises.